Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Deadheadland show. I'm Happy Cat. Waiting for everybody to show up. The show's going to start in just a minute. Don't anybody go away. I'm getting this all set and just exactly perfect for you all, live in the moment. So give me just one moment and we'll be ready to go for you all here live on the Deadheadland show. We've got a very special show for you all today. We're featuring people here to talk about the Psilocybin Summit, what that's all about, and talk to us about their expertise there. And hold on just a moment and we'll be just about perfect and ready to go for y'all. Here you are. Hey, welcome. So yeah, my name's Happy Cat and welcome here. This is the Deadheadland Home Studios and I'm here live, and we're now live also on, if you go to deadheadland.com/mushroom, you can see this video live there, so any of your friends who aren't on Facebook should be able to watch it there on deadheadland.com/mushroom, and also on Mixler, mixler.com/happycat. I believe it's on the Happy Cat channel there on Mixler. So we're live in a few places, and then this video will be uploaded a little bit later on to YouTube and other websites as well. So thank you so much for tuning in, turning on, and keeping it on here on Deadheadland TV. I'm your morning dude, Happy Cat. It's still morning for about another 20 minutes. We're here with the Deadheadland Show, Episode 5. And got some very special guests, and I hope you're going to enjoy today's show. No music today. This is a different subject. It's Psychedelic Sunday, and we're here to discuss the Psilocybin Summit, which is going to be an online exploration of all sorts of wonderful information about mushrooms. So I'm not the expert here. I'm as curious as all of you to find out more. So I've got some guests that are just about to arrive. Let me see. I think they're here at the door now. I'm going to go get them. We'll be right back. Hey, look who's here. Come on in. I've got some friends of mine I want you all to meet.
Okay.
So welcome. Come on in. We've got here Erika Rosenberg, Dr. Erika Rosenberg.
Hey. Hello.
And Mr.
Doctor.
Reverend.
Is there like a new?
I could be a reverend.
Is there like some new non-gender specific thing that's instead of Mr. and Mrs. and Ms. and is there like a new thing that we could call everybody? It's a concept. Beloved. All right.
I also
and there we
feel
go.
Like dude is possibly gender neutral.
It's kind of become that.
It's not.
So I'm just making sure before we jump into our discussion that this is indeed live on the Deadheadland website.
Right.
Because I want people to be able to watch this live. So we are live on Facebook right now. Okay. If you wanted to update any of your followers there, we're live on Facebook.com/Deadheadland.
I just shared the
we're
link
also
on
live.
my page.
That's what I'm making sure is that page is working. So that's the Deadheadland.com/mushroom. And let me just see.
Oh, right there, I can see myself.
I'm not sure.
I can see myself.
I'm not sure if it's updated with the link yet. Give me one more minute, Deadheadland. And we're vamping here. Just a minute. See more options. Embed. There we go. We want to copy that.
Was that us right now? I didn't even check my hair or anything.
That's us. Oh yeah, you look beautiful. You're online. And we're here live on Deadheadland. We don't want too much dead air. Ha ha ha. So we'll keep talking. Let's while I'm getting this set up.
Before we came
what?
In, did you say anything?
I did. I introduced you guys a little bit.
Okay.
I said we're going to talk about the Psychedelic Summit. I said that we're going to all I'm as curious as everybody else, but let me first just I guess let's switch seats and put Daniel in the hot seat and we'll introduce him first.
Where do I go? In the middle, huh?
Yeah, in the middle, and I'll go over there. And I'm just updating.
We're going to do a lot of rearranging.
I'm just updating the website once again with the live link, and that this should hopefully work with this embed link. And there we go.
Yes.
All right, so we are.
I'm left-handed.
We're live here on Facebook and on Mixler. That's also mixler.com/happycat, I believe, is the channel that we're live on. And so. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. First off, I'd like to let you guys know these are friends of mine, And full disclosure, Deadheadland is partnered with the Psilocybin Summit, and actually, if you use the DHL code, you get 15% off on the summit.
They get in full disclosure, they get 10% off. You get 15%.
Oh, well, there you go. And yeah, so I get a little kickback if you sign up. So we just so that we're honest about this. But this is a subject that interests me regardless, and these are friends of mine that do interesting things. And so that's, like I said, this is Psychedelic Sunday. It's the first Deadheadland show that's not specifically about a music subject. Of course, we're all connected. We know each other through music and through our love of Grateful Dead and other wonderful things. And these are also part of the Terrapin Nation community and such, so you know it's a friendly thing here. But you professionally do some interesting stuff. So this is Daniel.
Isn't it? I just want to say, isn't it nice how music teaches us how to use psychedelics?
That's an interesting concept. It does in some ways. You know, if you get confused, listen to the music play.
Right.
It serves as a grounding and guide for some people when they're first getting confused. And I would actually say even as an introduction.
It's an entree.
You know, that's kind of a funny side story. I have always lots of funny tangents. But when I first knew about the Grateful Dead, I was a punk rocker, and it wasn't my music, but I knew that they were like into acid. And so I bought a used copy of Shakedown Street for maybe $1 in like 1978 or something like that, 79 at a used record store. Put it on the turntable and like thought, this is like the worst fucking hippie shit I ever heard. And how can they take acid and listen to this crap? And I think, you know, when Donna started singing France, that was it. I had enough, which is hilarious because anybody that knows me knows that I love France now. It's one of my favorite songs, most requested songs for me. Not for the rest of the world, but that's just...
Right, I hate this. Let's listen to more of it.
Anyway, it's a little sidetrack there, but so for me, but the acid was kind of like the draw at first, and then I thought that wasn't an acid band. But anyway, so music does provide a context, I think, for a lot of people for their drug
really
exploration.
It's really much more interesting than just thinking about myself all the time, which is what I'm prone to do. I'm definitely prone to self-involvement. And the thing that's like nice about like a really good guitar solo is that it's more interesting to me than me.
Interesting.
I think
it takes you outside of yourself a little bit.
It takes you outside of your own story, but you can also leave it into your own story. I think the role that music plays vary considerably from person to person and situation to situation. But, you know, part of it is just that it's also a portal to multisensory experience. So when you're listening to music in a psychedelic state, you are more likely to have, you know, synesthesia. So where you see sounds and
experience
so
it in other
it's actually,
ways.
yeah, it's a very, for me, in a way, it's kind of a safe vehicle for opening that way. But one of the things where people sometimes run into trouble is the music and that piece of an experience can be that way, but maybe like your set and the setting and where you're getting the music and what you have to navigate to and fro the music, sometimes that's not all fully considered and easy to do.
Yeah.
So
years ago, Timothy Leary was on a talk show in Los Angeles. Actually, I believe Jim Ladd was the interviewer. If anybody knows Jim Ladd on Serious Deep Tracks now, but he used to be an LA DJ for years. And anyways, I had just seen Timothy Leary at a Grateful Dead concert in Los Angeles. And so it fascinated me. And he's always been someone that kind of fascinated me anyways, Timothy Leary. So I managed to get my call into the show. And I asked Timothy Leary, like, what he thought about, like, this younger generation of Deadheads. So this was, like, in, like, the late 80s, early 90s, the Touch of Grey phase, I guess, that were going to Grateful Dead concerts and pursuing these intense psychedelic experiences. Because there seemed to be this real mission amongst a lot of people I know to kind of, like, have an experience, to have a journey, to go somewhere, to do something, and that the Grateful Dead and psychedelics kind of became part of that. And it's interesting because the apologies to Jim Ladd because he's a friend of mine now, but I think I sounded like a stoned hippie to him, and he was kind of trying to get me off the air. And Tim goes, no, that's a good question. That's a good question. And what he said is that, he goes, it's so wonderful to be in a safe environment with your friends, with your peers, with your tribe, and to be able to have these experiences, to be able to go that deeply and knowing that you've got the kind, loving support of your friends and of the music and stuff like that. So for me, that was like huge because that was what I was seeking also, and that was where I felt safest to maybe go the deepest at that time with psychedelics. So we've gotten deep into our subject already without formally introducing you guys. So let me just for a moment.
Can I say, wait,
yeah.
before you jump out of that, I just want to say what you just said is a segue to what we're going to really be talking about, because on some level, you mentioned the importance of safety and community and connection as, you know, a context and shared, you know, safe place for doing things. And one of the issues with psychedelics is, you know, people finding community. When you're in communities where that hasn't been a part, you know, the world in which we live, finding community and safe spaces to do this together.
That's wonderful.
Now
so just hold that for a moment. It's just because I don't have like a little Chiron thing here in the bottom saying who we are and who we're talking to, and we do want to talk. So I want to introduce you guys properly. So who are you and what do you do and where are you from? And
my name's Daniel. I run an organization called Mount Tam Psychedelic Integration. It's based here in Marin. And we create events and safe spaces, like you're saying, for people more to talk about and process and learn about their psychedelic experience, as opposed to places to come and get high, because that's still illegal. But we have a couple of integration circles monthly, which are sort of like mastermind groups for trippers, where people kind of get to talk about, like, this happened and I kind of don't know what it means, or that happened and I had this realization. And those are some really neat circles that kind of create this real interesting meditative space. We also do educational events where we bring in speakers and, you know, scientists and meditation teachers, and sometimes both, and you know, artists and filmmakers to talk about the projects that they're involved in. And that is what Psychedelic Summit has sort of evolved from, and that's something that we're going to be talking about a bit more. But I would love to have Erika introduce yourself.
okay, and now let's have you guys switch seats.
This is
the silly talk show stuff, yeah. Stupid human tricks. Oh, I didn't tell you guys that you had to have stupid human tricks. Oh, I think actually, like, that's a copyright thing that, like, CBS owns.
No, don't say that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
wait, no.
stupid humanoid behaviors.
Human.
Stupid human behavior. I'll come up with my own
I can make
shticks.
faces.
Oh, really? Oh, you know, you're a face
really?
expert.
As a matter of fact.
As a matter of fact, you know, I make a lot of faces. You know, it's one of my skills in
You have a
life.
very
But yeah, I have a very rubbery face. So
rubbery
yeah,
face.
we
And
talk
an
about
interesting
faces sometimes.
face.
So.
Yeah, we could do
But
that sometime.
so, who are you, and
We
why
could
are you an
code
expert
very
on faces? How many have you stolen? Wanted. Face stealer.
Okay, yeah. I'm Erika Rosenberg. I hate this shit. What
know.
are you? So I'm a scientist, I'm an author, I'm a meditation teacher, I'm a Jewish Buddhist deadhead. I'm none of those things. I'm a mom.
I always thought I was the
I write
Judas
books,
deadhead, but,
and
you know.
my background is in psychology, and I was a professor for many years, and my area of expertise in psychology has been the psychology of emotion and facial expression of emotion, and the relationship between expression and the experience of emotion, and just understanding how people experience those. And a parallel trajectory in my life for a long time was being a meditation teacher and a practitioner of meditation, especially from the Tibetan Buddhist orientation. And then all along, I was a deadhead. But the science and meditation started coming together for me about 20 years ago. So I do a lot of work with